Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, history has finally been made. Bill Maher has decided to finally say what we all knew to be true to begin with, and that Donald Trump being the president, not that bad. Life's gonna go on, you're gonna be okay. But before we get into that, I wanna remind you guys to subscribe to Resist the Mainstream because it ensures YouTube that you're enjoying our videos, and then they'll continue to show up in your feed and push it out to more people. I'm Titus, let's get into this video.
If I look at the big picture, it doesn't look good. So I'm going to work on this line.
Right.
I'm going to read this book.
Right.
I'm going to talk to this friend and keep it small.
And the truth is, you're probably going to be able to keep doing that.
God willing.
No matter what's going on out there in the world. Of course, the worst things could happen.
Wait, did he just say that he can keep writing his books, making his movies, reading his lines, and he'll be fine? He'll be able to keep that under a Trump presidency? You mean we're not going to war? Do you mean we're not going to be putting people in concentration camps and we're not going to be roaming around like Nazis and all? No, we're not doing that? Is that not what's going to happen? Huh? Interesting. It's almost like we already knew that was the case, you know, and you fear-mongered and you tried to scare everyone, all these scare tactics. Now, I will give you a pass. This election cycle, you were a lot more tolerable, even on our side at times. But it's absolutely crazy to have ever propagated or made people believe that was ever going to be the case anyway, because Trump has never even communicated to the American people or to any of these politicians that he was going to be anything other than America first, making our economy better, making sure our border was secure. And it's just ridiculous nonsense that was propagated to begin with. And we're going to go on down a little journey of Bill Maher in the past, some recent, some old videos, clips, just showing how you can see that his mind has been shifting based off the insanity that has been like expressed over the last 8 years. I think he's like fatigued and like, all right, it's not even, y'all are tripping. Let's get back into this video.
Trump could get into office and blow up the world on day one. But, you know, I'm not going through the same spilkus I did last time. Like,
Really?
Yeah. Like when it happens, wake me, but I'm not giving my mind over to it again. And I'll see what happens. And one thing I've learned about the future is that we're very bad about predicting it. And whatever you think is probably likely to happen probably isn't going to happen.
I didn't actually watch election night. Did Harris not win?
The funny thing is that it's not that you guys are bad at predicting, it's that you're just sitting there not paying attention to the truth. Acknowledge the fact that Trump has supporters, that people love Trump, and that he's a figure that some people in America, you guys don't want to acknowledge it, that half the country, more than half the country now, wanted him in office. We liked him. We wanted him to be in that position. And they refused to acknowledge that Americans felt that way. Oh, they were being brainwashed by him and his dictator Nazi nonsense. It's like, no. You guys are trying to scare us into submission, and it just wasn't working. And even more so this time around because of the beauty of alternative media, because of the Joe Rogans of the world, because of the Theo Vons, because of the Aiden Rosses and the Bryce Halls that said, we're not even political like that. Well, Joe Rogan a little bit, but like y'all are bugging. Because of Andrew Scholes, a comedian who just brought him on and like was showing that Trump is just one of the guys. So, but we're gonna play this clip of Bill Maher, I think this was recent, with Jay Leno, just talking about the frustration he has with the left. And then we have a clip that I think might have been the turning point for him a while back with Neil deGrasse Tyson. But let's get into this video with Jay Leno.
He just, remember him hugging Nixon, and then...
So what?
I know, but at the time he was he was seen as a traitor.
It's so funny you mention that, because like today we live in this time when you're not allowed to have friends from the other side or cross lines politically. And I forgot that there's an example of that way back when. Yeah. A guy who crossed lines politically. Ooh, the worst thing you could ever do, be friends with a Republican? Call 911.
Yeah.
This is what I fucking hate about the left. Like, you know, and they're not going to get me over to the Trump side, which they think they will sometimes. But
we will.
But just the idea that, you know, cut your family off for Thanksgiving if they voted for the wrong guy.
Well, yeah.
F off, you fucks.
Well, I don't know.
And Sammy, but when he hugged Nixon, he was ostracized.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
By the left a lot. That was an early harbinger of that.
And that's crazy. It's absolutely insane to sit there and try and end someone's career or vilify them and characterize them as some bad person. Their affiliation with someone who has a different viewpoint. They're not killing anybody. They're not doing any harm to anyone. They're not a criminal And they treat the opposition as if they're criminals. Like you're the same person that goes up and robs a bank or a grocery store, or you assaulted someone, or you're like a rapist. Like they just attribute every vile thing ever to you because you voted Republican, or because you're not even voted. You could be a Democrat, but you're friends with one. How dare you? How dare you? Who do you think you are? Befriending the spawns of Satan. Like it's wild. And this video here with Neil deGrasse Tyson, I swear it is when I think just the nail in the coffin, where he was like, I'm coming. I just cannot. I'm just going through Twitter and watching Bill Maher just slowly red pill himself. Except for he does say this. He said, the left left me. I didn't lead the left. I've always been this way. Sure, maybe not. But in this culture, when you say the things that he's been saying lately, you just coined a Republican conservative alt-right extremist. Let's play this clip. It's hilarious.
Surely there's a portfolio of jokes that would still work on a college campus. Surely.
I would hope not. From what maybe some college campuses, the ones you read about are fucking insane.
You've given up on an entire generation, and you don't know how to make them laugh.
I have given up on any place that doesn't even remotely attempt to believe in free speech, and thinks that anything that they hear that they don't like, that they don't agree with, is violence. These people are fucking nuts, and you should be calling them out. Somebody like you, who has standing with kids, should be not joining them.
When there's a science objectivity to it,
you're doing what parents do. You're taking the path of least resistance.
He is going in on this man, but that's so true. The free speech thing is something that's actually concerning. Why are we not allowed to have views and think like this? Literally, that's how we move on. That's how you grow as a society, by having people that are intelligent, that come from differing viewpoints, having different data, bringing them together, sharing them, having civil discourse, and then coming up with solutions, coming up with compromises that help everybody and that work in everyone's favor. It's literally the beauty of actual good faith debate. Of a meeting of the minds that have completely different philosophies on life. And yet that's completely eradicated by this left wokeism nonsense, where it's if you're not with me, you're against me, which is not the case. I'm not with you ideologically, but I'm with you as a human being. I want to see you succeed. I want to see the best for you. Nope, not allowed. You must agree with points A, B, C, D, and if you don't, you are my enemy. I will destroy you. You're like Anakin Skywalker. If you're not with me, you are my enemy. So he didn't say it like that. Why did I say it like Arnold Schwarzenegger? I still want to do the hated Christians voice. Anyway, it's absolutely insane. Wild.
And therefore hurting the kids and yourself. Parents ruin both their lives. They ruin their fucking spoiled kids' lives, and they ruin their own lives because the kids rule the roost. So that's what you're doing on a national level.
I'm feeling more like on the porch. Get off my lawn.
Really? I feel like we're in the barbershop.
Bill went in. I think he's just expressing a lot of Americans feel, and a lot of liberals probably felt that way. Not the extreme leftists, but just liberal people that just want a little bit more government involvement, want a little bit more government assistance, have a little of those, like the little differences that between conservatives and liberals that were never so extreme to where we should be this divided. Like they probably just like resonated with, okay, Bill's like actually representing me. I don't care. You can believe what you want. You can how you want. You can say what you want. And I don't want to see your life or career ended because of it. It's shifting our culture back to reality, back to sanity, and it's a beautiful thing to see. If you enjoyed this video, make sure that you subscribe. Again, comment your thoughts down below. I want to know what you guys are thinking, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.